and welcome to Infinite Light. I am doing February energy for all signs. So, after this introduction, head on down to the description box below. That is where I personally place the timestamps I suggest, because we are going to be taking a look at love, at money, and at growth energy for you for the month of February. I suggest to take a look at as much as your chart as you possibly can. If you know your sun and your rising and that's all you want to check out, then that'll actually help you get a better purview on what's projected for you in the energy of February. But since we are talking about love, you want to take a look at your moon sign and your Venus sign. Completely up to you. I will ask you this. If you like the way I read and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I am definitely trying to grow my channel to reach as many people as I can. If you want a personal reading, take a look at the description box below. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, take a look at the description box below. Essentially what I'm saying is take a look at the description box below. We are starting with the energy of Aries. All right, Aries, Ram fam, thank you so much for joining me. What I'm going to do is look at your love, your money, and your potential for growth in the month of February. Take things as they resonate. Come to this reading with an open heart and an open mind. All right, Aries. Let's see. Spirit for Aries placements, love. We're going to do 2 off the top and 1 off the bottom, and that's going to give us the general energy. I'm going to start with love. Love for Aries. We'll do the first one as a flip. We got the 3 of Wands, which is the progress card. Then we're going to put on the table the money and then the growth. And we will turn those over in a second. All right. So in the energy of love for you, Aries, we've got this 3 of Wands, the progress card. It says your plans are starting to take shape. Your plans are starting to take shape. Opportunities are on the horizon. And the work you've done is beginning to show results. Trust the process, and remain patient. Wait, didn't I get this in your Monday read? If you are an Aries and you're watching this and you haven't watched your Monday postcard reading, take a look at that. That's about divine counterparts. But definitely, let's see what the rest of the month looks like for you, for your other energies. It says you've done, and the work you've done is beginning to show results. Trust the process and remain patient. Your vision is expanding and success is within reach. For a lot of you guys, this is new love energy or a new cycle, because the person that is standing on the shore of the 3 of Wands knows that something is coming, but they're not exactly sure which of the ships in the ocean is coming towards them. What exactly, there's a mixed bag essentially of opportunities that are coming. In this particular depiction, there are 4 different ships heading towards the bay that this person is standing on. So the number 4 could be significant. If we put the 3 and the 4 together, that's the 7. 7 could be significant for you as well. So you could have been born on the 4th of April, you could have been born on the 7th of April, or just something about, or the 3rd of April, something about those numbers really resonate with you. Let's take a look at love for Aries. The 10 of Swords. This is definitely a continuation from yesterday. The 9 of Pentacles, the Devil card at the bottom of the deck, and then the 4 of Swords. So February, it looks like a purge of energy. This is most definitely, I am so happy that I am tapped into Aries as much as I am tapped into you guys, because I like when the flow of readings kind of go together, because it really means that Spirit is trying to tell you something, is trying to show you something, is trying to elevate you into a place of awareness. So the 10 of Swords is telling me that a transition period or a chapter of heartache is done. You're no longer going back to that person you were, that lover you were, that partner you were. It's not happening. For a lot of you, this is with a specific and a particular person. Or for some of you, this is more like zoomed out than that. It's like, okay, I tend to attract people who are not emotionally available, so I'm not doing that. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they smell like, and I don't care how charming they are. I'm done with doing that. Yeah, so you're done with an old way of loving completely. And it's because you found yourself, or you're finding yourself in the month of February, Aries. You're definitely seeing things for what they are. If I behave this way in a relationship, then like the patterns, you're understanding the patterns. If I behave this way in a relationship, then what I get is this as a consequence of my behaviors. I don't like that. We're not doing that anymore. So very much self-aware for the Aries that I'm talking to. And then for those of you guys who aren't yet in this energy, this is capturing a potential for you. So if this is something that you want, you got to hop on the bandwagon of self-awareness. If this is something that you want, you have to hop on the bandwagon of self-awareness. I got the Four of Swords here. This could have been a time of respite. This could have been a time of some sort of recovery. But this can, for the bulk of you guys, really represent the ritual and the regimen that you've placed in your daily life to ground yourself, to find peace through meditation, through prayer, through journaling, through walking, through stillness, right? Finding quiet time for yourself on a very regular basis. So what energy or is could Aries be bringing in this love energy for February? Or who, should I say who? The Ten of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and then the Emperor. Wow. Potentially another fire sign coming into you guys. For some of you guys, this is somebody from the past. I feel like that's not for a lot of you guys, because for a lot of you guys, starting out with the Ten of Swords, you're done with the past. But when the Six of Cups is coming up, it could mean a couple of things if we're not just calling on the past. It could mean somebody that we've got contracts, spiritual contracts with everyone, but this could remind you of somebody from your past. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. Something like that. It could be something like that. Or just like you feel, because there's two children in this energy, you feel giddy about the conversation. Like, yay, I'm so happy that I'm happy. Yay, I'm so happy that I'm happy. I wasn't looking for this today. Like I just wanted to go buy some potatoes. I feel like it's kind of like out of nowhere. It will not be your initial concentration. Meaning like, this is how it always happens when you kind of let down your guard and you're kind of just in your own space and in your own energy. Poof, that's when spirit brings you the blessings that you've been yearning for, when the yearn goes down. And generally when you're distracted doing something else, that's when somebody taps you on the shoulder and is like, hey, Aries, are you ready to mingle? This Ten of Wands here could mean that you've got like a lot of stuff going on, and we'll take a look at the rest of the cards, but you've got a lot of stuff going on when this Emperor makes themselves known to you. So it's not going to be an easy integration, just because, like I said, like I feel like your bandwidth is being stretched at this point in time in February. Let me see how you're going to feel about this, because you seem busy, Aries. How is Aries going to feel about this love in February? The Seven of Swords. Listen, the Seven of Swords doesn't necessarily mean, in this particular reading, when I'm looking at the cards that are on here, it doesn't seem like deception. What it seems like to me is, so this person is gathering all of the resources that they can hold before they move on to the next chapter, before they move on to the next battle, before they move on to the next challenge. And for you, you might be saying, hey, my life ain't perfect right now. I'm actually in the middle of this huge transition. But there's something I like about you. Maybe we can try to figure out how to get this to work. You could literally be telling this person, like, I'm in the middle of like A, B, C, or D, but you're cute. The conversation that we have makes me feel like a kid again, and I like that. So if anything, you might be keeping this person around because they are an escape from the Ten of Wands. And oh, by the way, the Ten of Wands isn't, it's just having a lot of stuff that you're concentrating on. But I do feel like with this particular reading, especially when we pull in on the rest of the cards, I feel like we're going to get an energy that's saying you're putting a lot of those wands down. There could be somebody that comes into your life that helps you put some of the burden down. Not that you need to be saved, but it is that respite came up, that Four of Wands came, or excuse me, that Four of Swords came up. So you might be able to say, hey, I'd like to delegate a couple of these responsibilities to someone. Could you take on that responsibility? And the responsibility could be, especially if it's a new love or a new somebody you're flirting with, it could be like, hey, I need to go out and be away from the kids for a couple of hours. Could you take me to the movies? Could we go have a couple of drinks? It could be something like that. All right, let's take a look at money for you. Ooh, emotions, the Ace of Cups. Money for Aries in February. A new emotional beginning is unfolding. Open your heart to love, joy, and connection. This is a time of healing and renewal. Listen to that again, all right, for your money. This is a time of healing and renewal where feelings flow freely. Trust in the abundance of the emotions and spiritual fulfillment. Even though this generally is a cup of like love and passion, when it's coming up in a money part of your reading, that's very positive. It's very positive because spirit is filling your cup now. All right. So there again, the Ten of Wands. I feel like there are blessings that are going to be happening, coming towards you in the month of February that uplifts you and helps you release some of the burden. Money. The Nine of Wands for Aries. The Queen of Cups for Aries. The Magician. And then the King of Cups. Listen, you're going to be balancing your masculine and feminine energy in the month of February and knowing when to invest, knowing when not to invest, knowing like it's almost like playing the game of this matrix game that we're in, right? So it's like we understand that we live in a capitalistic society and there's pulls constantly on our attention to try to buy this and buy that and buy this. I feel like you're more regulated in the month of February. Like, I'm not going to buy this and buy that and buy this. It's just stuff. Where do I need to be investing my money? Because every other month, I just let my money go here, and then there's too much month left without money. So where do I need to be smart? I'm going to be smart about it. Because if I don't take control now, it's still going to be the same thing over and over again. You're learning to utilize your resources, and it's connecting your heart. It's connecting your head and your heart. And you're finding again balance in the month of February, and it has everything to do with you. A lot of emotional stuff coming up for you in the month of February. With this King and Queen of Cups, and then this Ace of Cups. So look out for that energy. Scorpio energy is like death and rebirth energy. Cancer energy is household type stuff. So like fourth house kind of stuff. Your house and your children and your family. Like, are we good? How can we, if we're not good, how can we get good? Are we doing what aligns with our values? What are our values? What is our family's mission? What are our goals? Are we striving towards those? If the answer is no, how can we fix that? And then we look at Pisces. So it's really like, am I spending money because I'm trying to fill a void? Or am I strategic about my money so that I can fill my own cup? All right, so you're going to be very, you have the potential to be super self-aware when it comes to that. Let's take a look at your growth. Ooh, look at that. Oh, crap. The High Priestess, intuition. The growth for you, Aries, is projected to be this intuition energy. It says the answers you seek lie within. Trust your inner voice and allow it to guide you through uncertainty. Patterns from the past may obscure your vision. One more time, patterns. This is going to be for some of you guys who are going into a new cycle with somebody or a situation from the past, okay? It says patterns from your past may obscure your vision, but your intuition knows the truth. Rely on your discernment in the month of February. Rely on it heavily. Rely on it heavily. And if you're that type of person who naysays yourself, self-sabotages yourself, speaks ill upon yourself, like, oh, I just did that because I was stupid old me doing the same thing, like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that, how dumb. Stop. You wouldn't want somebody talking to you as a child like that. A lot of you guys wouldn't want to talk to your children like that. So don't talk to yourself like that in the here and now. Don't. Once you start changing the way that you converse with yourself and tell the story of yourself to other people, then that's when you can start trusting your discernment, because then you free up your nervous system to say, no, I'm safe. I know who I am. I'm safe. I'm strong. I have the will to not just survive, but to succeed. So I'm going to trust my discernment, and that's going to lead me into the right direction. And I'm going to be able to make the cuts that I need to make. I'm going to notice the patterns that I need to notice early on. I'm not going to wait to get too far down in the trenches to where it's harder to dig myself up. Early on, I'm going to set the boundaries and be good to go. It says create stillness in your life. I was talking about that earlier. Create stillness in your life to access the clarity and wisdom already within you. Turn off the TV. Don't play games on your phone or on your computer. Turn off, go sit in a quiet space every single day for 5-10 minutes. Take a shower. Go sit in the bathtub. Go sit on the back porch. Hell, I don't care if you're smoking a cigarette or smoking the ganja for like all by yourself. Maybe you're just drinking some coffee or some tea. 5-10 minutes every single day to check in with yourself and to reground your energy. February for Aries. The Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. You are protected, and you know that. You are protected, and you know that. And you're going to make wise investments of your time, of your money, of your energy throughout the month of February. We as Aries are being geared for 1717 on the clock. I was looking up. We as Aries are being primed to be true leaders in 2026, 2027. All right, so allow that priming to happen. But you've got all the energy you need to take action in the right direction. Take action that is based off of your knowledge and your experience with this King of Swords, and then take action based off of your own creativity and your innovation. You might be doing things different than you haven't been than you've done in the past, because you realized in the past they didn't give you the opportunities that you wanted to get. You're ready for the opportunities. You're ready to grow in so many different ways. So Aries, I hope that helped you out for February. I hope that gave you some clarity. If you want to work with me, take a look at the description box below. Moving on. All right, Taurus placements, thank you so much for being here. Come to this reading with an open heart and open mind. We're going to look at love, money, and growth. Let's pull those cards for themes for you right now. The love card comes out first. It is the nurture card. I'm going to pull the money card and the growth card. We will turn those over in just a second. The nurture card for you guys in the energy of love. Taurus, it says, you provide care and stability, blending practical with abundance. This is very much Taurus energy. Your nurturing energy creates prosperity and harmony. You are somebody's, or a few somebody's stable foundation right now. in the energy of love, somebody or a few somebodies, it could be your kids or your family, you know, or somebody else, because I said love, I didn't say romantic love, are looking at you, Taurus, as a good grounded energy. You could be taking care of a lot of people right now in the month of February. Let's see, love energy for Taurus in the month of February. The Nine of Cups, the Knight of Swords, excuse me, oh my goodness, wow, that was that was loud. I'm sorry, but there's this like intense tightness inside of you right now, and I feel like it's going to be relieved very quickly. Everything in a reading happens for a reason. With this, with both this Page of Swords and this Knight of Swords, you might have something that you need to get off your chest. You might have something that you really need to get off your chest, and the potential for that to happens in the month of February. 2 extra cards. The Tower and the Nine of Pentacles. Excuse me, the Seven of Pentacles. Bursting at the seams. You are bursting at the seams to get something off of your chest in the month of February. Tell me more about this love energy for Taurus, please, Spirit. The King of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Emperor, and the Five of Cups. You're done evaluating something. You're bursting off out of the seams to get something off your chest. And if I look at this Emperor and this King of Wands here, that's right in between this Ten of Cups. It's like, hey, I'm ready for stability. You know what? I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to do it. It's been a long time coming. 7 of Pentacles with the Tower. The 5 of Cups. You've lived in regret for long enough about your past, about past decisions. I do feel like you are potentially coming forward and speaking your truth in the month of February. And you're doing it fully knowing that there are people that rely on you for stability. But honestly, I feel like your give a fucks are at a very low as far as what other people might think. Because for you, you're doing 9 of Cups. You're like, this is what's going to make me happy, is if I speak my truth. So expect for that energy to come out for you in your loving romantic relationship, loving and or romantic relationships in the month of February. It relieves the tightness here for you. All right. So if that speaks to you, let me know immediately. Go down to the comments. Let's look at money for Taurus. Look at this. Inspiration. It says a new spark of creativity ignites within you. This is the moment to take action on your ideas and your passion. The potential for growth is immense. Trust your instincts and begin. Your efforts now can lead to significant opportunities. That is the Ace of Wands for you, Taurus. There is a potential for you to, like, in a different way, do something different. Go a completely different direction in your money or your career. The Page of Swords. Yeah, a brand new. It's like new. Like, I don't know exactly how to articulate this yet, but you could be doing like brainstorming in the month of February for whatever this is. Tell me more about this money for Taurus. The King of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and then the Page of Wands. Something that my initial was, for some of you guys, is going to be something that you've always wanted to do, like since you were a kid. And if you hear some destruction in the background, it's my dog trying to get in the studio. I'll let her in just a second. And I said that, destruction in the background. So I don't know if you are around a construction site. or if there's construction as you're listening to this. But that's not going to be for everybody. It does feel like you want to give to an opportunity that you feel like is going to almost immediately invest right back into you in some way, shape, or form. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. And then I get this with the Six of Cups, like you see how he's giving to this girl. It's actually not a girl, it's just like a really short woman, but it looks like two kids giving, one of them is giving the other one flowers. I do feel like you're investing in something new in the month of February, because you almost immediately know, like, this is going to soothe me, this is going to work out for me. It's intuitive. You intuitively know this is going to work out for me if I do it this way. And it's a feminine energy. So tell me more about this feminine energy for Taurus in the month of February. The Three of Cups. And then look at all the feminines on this Three of Cups card too. I feel like you're going to be having fun, learning new things in the month of February, doing new things, being in a new environment. And it could be like a female-led sort of job or something like that, or a corporation, or a new business partner that has the feminine energy that's coming to the table. It doesn't have to be somebody that identifies as a woman. I mean, if you look at their sun chart, it could be like a feminine zodiac sign or something like that. But I do feel, and it could be a water sign too, so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Or Pisces is significant, so March is significant. March, April is significant. Either way, yeah, March, April is significant. I believe that's what I'm getting from here. Either way, Taurus, February, you're just intuitively taking action on something that you know it's going to be the right direction. All right. So I think that that's really career related, but then yeah, it connects to your money because the Six of Pentacles was there. And I do feel like you're going to say, yep, this was the right choice. This is the right environment for me. All right, let's move on to growth for Taurus in the month. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Yep. This is the right investment. This is the right environment for me. And it is happening at the right time. And for some of you guys, it's going to happen just in time. Like you get the call, the email just in time, right? You pull the plug, or you push the button just in time. This is all happening, and it's going to be so obvious to you. I don't know how in tuned you are with self, but if you step back for a little bit, it will be like super obvious to you that there are other energies at work that is making this happen for you in this time, in the month of February. But it's very, very much giving month for you, projection for you, Taurus. It says life cycles are turning, bringing change and new opportunities. Look at that. Embrace the flow and trust that every shift aligns with your growth. How awesome is that? Because this is the energy of growth that I pulled this card. What feels uncertain now is guiding you towards a path of expansion. Stay open to unfolding of fate. It's going to feel so synchronous. There's going to be so many synchronicities for you in the month of February. The page, I shuffled the Page of Wands comes out with the King of Swords. Again, it's pretty much the same energy over and over for you. The Two of Pentacles, and integration is happening with the Ace of Cups at the bottom. You're going to feel so fed. There's like this potential for you in the month of February to be like, yes, this is where I belong. Peace. You're going to start seeing peace in your environment, Taurus. All right. That is an amazing read. Let me go let my dog in. We're moving on to Gemini next. All right, Gemini, you are up. We're taking a look at the month of February. Come to this reading with an open heart and an open mind. All right, first card is love. What do we have? Choices. The Seven of Cups. Then we've got money and pulling it on the table. We'll turn that over later. And then growth on the table. We'll turn that over later. Let's take a look at your choices that you have in love. Which one do you want, Gemini? Opportunities abound, but not all are as they appear. Take time to assess your options and choose with clarity. Trust your intuition to guide you towards what aligns. This is your biggest energy that you need to pay attention to. For love, for the month of February, trust your intuition to guide you towards what aligns with your truth, right? Avoid distractions that cloud your vision. Don't let anybody try to pressure you or pull you or wine or dine you into believing that they are the one. You need to be the one open to your own discernment to make the right decision. We don't go back to people just because we feel lonely. We don't go towards people just because they have a good smile. We need to feel it out. Do I feel comfortable here? Is this going to serve my greatest and highest good? Do I feel like we will be great partners together? Love for Gemini. The King of Wands, that's a person. The Gemini, you've been up in your head over this King of Wands. Maybe potentially dreaming about this queen. I said king or queen of wands. Maybe potentially dreaming about this person, but you've got a lot of stuff going on in your love, in the love sector when it comes to this queen of wands. Kind of, I feel like distracting you from your day-to-day. The Three of Wands could be somebody at a distance. And then this Devil card. Yeah, you're currently like sorting out a mess is what I want to say with this Queen of Wands. So this is a fire sign energy. King or queen, it doesn't matter. We also have Capricorn on the table with this Devil energy here. And like I said, could be somebody at a distance or somebody that's you've blocked, you're not talking to. You've got your back towards or vice versa. What is going on between Gemini and this Queen of Wands in the month of February, please, Spirit? The Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment, the Knight of Swords, a lot of movement, and then the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You're trying to figure out if you should take action towards this person or not in the month of February, Gemini. Look, but you've got two different energies. You've got like this dichotomy of like, this is staying stuck and stagnant, almost like snail's pace, almost tortoise type stuff. Like you're moving in a direction in your life, but you don't know if you want to move towards this person or not. You don't even know if you want to move towards self-regulating your energy when it comes to this person, acknowledging the energy for what it is, processing the energy with this Judgment card. And then here comes the Knight of Swords. Like sometimes you just want to like say something to the person, but I don't believe that you are. Your biggest hang up here for the month of February, Gemini, is this Judgment card. How are you going to go towards the judgment? Are you telling the universe, yes, I want another cycle with this person? Or are you telling the universe, basta, that's it with this person? And I believe that's why you've got this Nine of Swords, because you, like, it's just, you're a lot here. This Ace of Wands is a potential for you to take some action for Gemini's greatest and highest good. What action are you suggesting or advising for the Gemini in this connection? The Ten of Swords. Let it go. You've got to. It's keeping you stuck. And it's keeping you in your head, Gemini. You've got to be able to get to a point where it's like, I can see this for what it is. The good, the bad, the indifferent. But mainly the reason, why was I connected to this person in the first place? Why was I so attracted to this person in the first place? Why was this person brought into my life in the first place? If we weren't meant, and here's a question I'm hearing from you, if we weren't meant to take things all the way, to the end, what's the purpose? You're going to have to figure that out. This could have been a very heavy conduit for you for change. You for them and them for you. But you've got to get to a point in the month of February, and you might potentially be getting to a point in the month of February where you say, you know what? My judgment call is that I'm going to regulate myself. I mean, I'm going to process this. I'm not going to hide from it anymore. I'm going to process this. The who, the what, the where, and the how. And this all happens here. I'm not saying that you're having a conversation with this person, but you could be going to therapy over it, counseling, coaching, journaling, just spending time in your own thoughts, but not telling yourself a lie about it anymore is the whole idea of this. Seeing where you played a part and seeing where they played a part, and then releasing yourself from the energy with the Ten of Swords. Let's take a look at money for you in, prosperity. Okay. In the month of February, you got the prosperity card. I like that. It says, you embody material success and lead with confidence. Your wisdom and generosity inspire growth in others. What a great money card to start out with, right, Gemini? Let's see. February energy for the King of Pentacles. Guys, it's two of the same. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. The King of Pentacles. Money is looking steady. Money is looking balanced for you. The Page of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Swords. And it's looking balanced for you because you've in the money part of your life, you've decided to release what's not serving you. You've come to terms with that. In your money and your career, you said, okay, this is too much. It's too much of a burden. I'm not doing this too much anymore. I'm only investing in what invests in me. But it's new. It's a new idea with this Page of Swords. It's a new idea to say, what ain't working for me ain't working for me. I'm going to take what I know to work for me, and I'm going to try to see repeated success with that. So you're taking a look at your money, at your career, and you say, this didn't give me the return on the investment that I wanted, so we're going to just not do that anymore because that's a waste of time, waste of investment. But this is, so how can I make this repeatable? And how can I build on this? And I don't see the immediate return necessarily in February. You are balanced in February with money and career. But the return comes after the work of recognizing what's in front of you and then getting rid of what's not giving you a return. All right. So you're learning in the month of February to say, I need what is working and I need to repeat that. And that's how I build my strategy for the rest of my career, for the rest of my life. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to growth. Okay. The Strength card. It says strength, true strength is found in patience, compassion, and inner peace. That's what you're learning in your love life and romantic connections and familial connections and friend connections. You're learning that you're taming the beasts. You're learning about what stories you have been telling yourself about your reality. In your career and your money, you're learning where not to invest anymore because they're not returning to you. That's this the beast. You are conquering the beast. The beast could be your own personal karma. The beast could be karma that other people are bringing to your life and your environment. You're just taming that in the month of February. You're mastering your emotions and you are aligning with gentle yet unshakable power within yourself. That's cool. That is very cool. I like to call this you're cutting the fat. And that could be significant for you too. I said that one time in a live and somebody was like, so you're telling me I needed to lose weight? No, that's not what I'm telling you. It's about energetic fat. And if one of your goals is to lose weight, then look. But that's not what I'm saying by saying that. You're just cutting what doesn't work. Maybe I should start saying it like that. Let's look at growth for you. You all saw me shuffling this entire time. The King of Pentacles comes out again. The Seven of Swords comes out again. Now we got the Empress And then the page of, the Knight of Pentacles comes out again. Slowly but surely, you're like, you know what? This ain't working. Let me find what does work. Let me take a look at that, and then we're gonna do more of that. More of what works. More of what works. I'm not gonna lie to myself anymore. I'm not gonna let anybody lie to me anymore. I'm not. More of what works. So you're paying attention to your environment, to yourself, and you are doing more of what works, Gemini. All right? Okay, I hope that helped. Let's move on to Cancer. All right, Cancer, we're taking a look at February energy for you. We're looking at love, we're looking at money, we're looking at personal growth, Cancer. Come to this with an open heart and an open mind. I'm going to help you find some clarity. All right, for Cancer, your love card first is Hope. This is a star card. I'm going to pull out your money card face down, and I'm going to pull out your growth card face down. We'll get to those in a second, but the Hope card comes out for love for you. And I do, I cleared my throat because I was about to sing, but I do feel like I'm wishing on a star to find out where you are. And I'm wishing on a dream to find out what it all means. I added that all in there. Just getting to know what you really actually want in the month of February. What do I really want? Cancer is asking themselves. Healing and renewal are flowing into your life, Cancer. Trust in your dreams and let your inspiration guide you. The universe supports your journey. Stay aligned with hope and faith as you create a brighter future. Dabbling in this energy of hope again. Allowing yourself to dream again. Allowing yourself to play with the fantasies of what you want for your future, for your love life. Let's see, Cancer. The Eight of Swords, because you've been stuck. The Three of Pentacles, it could be behind some work. The Ace of Pentacles could be behind money. The Ten of Wands and the Page of Swords. You could have been in a situation because financially it made the most sense. But the biggest thing is like you stayed in this situation because that's how the only way you could imagine a solution is just to stay in this situation. There's something work related for some of you guys, and then there's money related for some of you guys. You could work with your lover, or there could be some sort of contract between you and somebody that you've been waiting on that contract to be over, like a partnership or something like that. Or it could be even like a marriage or relationship. But for you, there was a stuckness. And you just couldn't see past what you had originally planned out for yourself. But you're learning that it's okay to think differently, to view things differently with this star card energy here. 2 cards came out as your reason why. And it's because you're dealing with a lot of burden. And you're worried about what others are going to say. There's a lot of I care from you, Cancer. There's this idea of I care what other people are going to think. And then if that's not it, there is this story that you're telling yourself, because there could be 2 different Cancers. And I'm looking at this. This is what I care what other people think here, with this burden card as well. But if that's not you, if you could give 2 Fs about what other people think, you care more about the story that you're telling yourself about what the future would be. It is like a perception of the future. It's like anxiety driven. The future is anxiety driven. And so you invest more in that story than in any other way. Maybe it doesn't have to be that bad. Maybe it doesn't have to be that cynical. But there's like this cynical sort of thing about the future. But you're learning to get out of that energy in the month of February to shut down that noise. Tell me a little bit more about love for Cancer in the month of February. The Knight of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the Magician, And then the Five of Wands. You might really be not ready yet, but you might really be readying yourself in the month of February to become like a better team player when it comes to partnership and love. To become more of a steady presence, to become more of a balanced presence. Love is about investment of time. It's about investment of passion and feelings. It's about an investment of action. I feel like in the month of February, you're learning what it means to talk the talk and walk the walk. And I know that it's easy for Cancers to be like, I love you, but sometimes it's the follow through of love. Like that song, More Than Words, is all I ever needed you to show. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me because I'd already know. It's like a song like that. That's what you're learning in the month of February. All right, let's take a look. And once you learn that and you allow yourself to dream bigger and escape the energy of naysaying yourself or allowing other people to be naysayers in your life, then you start moving in the energy of, I'm going to do what's best for me. And because I'm doing what's best for me, then I can give better to the people that are associating with me in my love life. All right, money. It says deception. It says be mindful of disharmony, whether it's from other people or yourself. Clarity and integrity will lead to a better outcome. Avoid shortcuts and trust in the truth as the foundations of success. I'm getting for the Cancer that's working with other people. You've got to hold yourself in this energy that I deserve truth and integrity. And in order to hold yourself in the energy of truth and integrity, you've got to hold yourself to the standard of truth and integrity. Because you attracts like. So if you're having a hard time telling yourself the truth about your career, about your money, then other people are going to have an easy time also not telling you the truth about their perception of it. I feel like I'm dealing with a Cancer who's working in a corporation or some sort of environment that you might be maybe potentially like a team lead Cancer. And essentially, if you don't hold yourself accountable, other people aren't going to hold themselves accountable is what I'm getting. There's this need for you to step up in leadership, but it starts with self in the month of February. Let's see here. The Five of Cups, the Emperor, there's that leadership. There's that leadership. You've got to process what you bring to the table. Am I being genuine when I come to work? Am I being honest when I come to work? Am I overextending myself? Am I giving enough of myself? What are my core values? What is my personal mission statement? And there's a lot of evaluating that in the month of February so that you can make sure that you trust the team around you. And you can make sure, and for those of you guys who don't have a team, it's so that you can make sure that you are in the right environment that feeds and it's in alignment with your values, your mission, and your goals, right? The Three of Cups, because I feel like and then the Queen of Swords. I feel like there are some people around you that are just a little bit laissez-faire, that think this whole thing is a game, but you don't believe that it's a game. Let's take this serious, guys. Come on. This is a serious investment. We're here to do things for people. This is not games, okay? We come to work on this time, we take lunch at this time, and we're productive throughout our day. There could be a situation where somebody feels a little too close to you, and so they don't hold themselves accountable like they should. There's this lack of separation between, for some of you guys, there's this lack of separation between like the boss and the subordinate or the employee. So the lines are skewed for some of you guys. So Spirit is asking you to draw those lines with the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and then to regain your leadership position. You might have to do a shakeup of the foundation. But yeah, there's a little bit too much playing and a little bit too much games, not enough staying the course in the month of February. So pay attention to that energy for yourself, Cancer. Abundance is coming up for your growth. And look how green the grass is on these generally black and white cards. So that's very, and this is like the Empress energy. You're going to be receiving a lot of energy, good, bad, and indifferent in the month of February. The Empress knows when to shield herself, when to invest herself, but all of this comes towards her. The Empress is the collection of all of the Queen energy, right? So the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So she knows, she understands her, she's knowledgeable, she understands her worth, she's got her emotions even kiltered, and she takes action. She doesn't procrastinate, but opportunities come towards her. So opportunities could be coming towards you one after another in the month of February, to go this way, to go that way. Trust that you have the discernment to take the action on the things that are going to be for your greatest and highest good. Even when we're talking about this deception card. Remember we were talking about aligning things with your values, even if you need to shake some things up in the month of February. It says you are entering a time of creativity and growth. Nurture the ideas and the relationships that bring you joy. More of what brings you joy, more of what brings you abundance, less of what doesn't. I kind of brought that up in the Gemini reading. Let's look at personal growth for Cancer, please. If it makes you double confirmation. Honestly, you could be starting a whole new way of viewing yourself in the month of February. The Empress and the Empress, twice. Birthing something new, a new way of presenting yourself in the world of love, in the world of career and money, and in personal growth in general. So this is the Empress and the pre-Empress here. So some of you guys could be starting a new relationship with like some of your kids. Like, hey, come here, I want to tell you something. I want to teach you something. I want you to learn from my mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes. It could be something very heavy in that for you guys. Some of you guys could be getting pregnant as well. Just because we got two Empresses and then we got the pre-Empress with the Queen of Pentacles. The Cancer card is here. Yes, it's not about reinventing yourself, the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Good. You are exactly where you need to. You are aligning in February with exactly where you need to be in accordance with your book of life. The life that you and God sat down with and said, okay, in this incarnation, we're going to do these things. We're going to hit these objectives. You are exactly where you need to be in this energy of February. You're not reinventing yourself. You are remembering who you are, who you were always meant to be. That's where this idea of shaking things up happen. There could be a lot of travel for you in the month of February, Cancer. Some of you guys could be, like again, I said, getting pregnant. Some of you guys could be getting a new car. Some of you guys could be getting a new job. All right. Okay, let's move on to Leo. Hold on, let me pause for a second. Hey Leo, welcome. Take what resonates and what doesn't. We're taking a look at your love, your money, and your growth potential for the month of February. All right, so the first card up for Leo in love is the Five of Cups. And then we're going to put your money down on the table and then your growth down on the table. We will uncover those after we take a look at your love. So this says loss here, Leo, the Five of Cups. Let's see what this card says. It says you may be dwelling on what has been lost, but healing begins when you turn towards what remains. You may have been dwelling on what has been lost, but healing begins when you turn towards what remains. So in this Five of Cups, the person, so generally in the Five of Cups, the person is looking at these Three of Cups here, and those Three of Cups are generally toppled over. and spilled on the ground, which is telling me, it usually tells me about past heartache and regret. I feel like you were in the energy in January of past heartache and regret over the heartache of the past. It could have been a breakup or something like that. And usually in the Five of Cups depiction, the person is ignoring the Two of Cups that are still standing up. But in this depiction, this person has their back towards the Three of Cups and is looking at the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is like, romantic love energy, temperance energy, passion energy, new love, new cycle energy, right? So I feel like you're slowly turning a corner, Leo, in the month of February, where you're letting go of the regret of what happened in the past, and you're readying your vessel for a new potential in that could be coming towards you in love in the month of February. Let me continue reading. It says, acknowledge your feelings, then focus on the opportunities still available. Yes, opening yourself up to the opportunities of love still available out there. It's this idea of there are plenty of fish in the sea, but I don't think it's that like superficial. I feel like it's deeper than that for you. I still have love to give is really what I'm getting from you for the month of February. It says growth often emerges through adversity. Coming to terms and peace with that in the month of February. So if those of you guys who are having a hard time getting over a romantic love loss, like a breakup or a divorce or something like that, or something that you might have did, or you feel guilt over something, you're turning a corner, and you're learning that things don't happen to you. They happen for a reason to help grow you in the month of February. Romantic love, the Death card, death and rebirth. Yes, exactly. Transmuting and alchemizing. Like I am not my past. What happened in the past happened in the past. Let's start looking towards the future, right? The Four of Pentacles. You got the Page of Cups and the King of Swords that came out together. So this could be a new potential for you to approach something differently. Let's see at the bottom of the deck. The Four of Swords. You could have been dealing with a Scorpio or a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, that said, I can't be in this relationship anymore, Leo. And so y'all aren't talking. After a time of not talking, the King of Swords comes out with this Page of Cups. And it could be the same person because this Page of Cups is Pisces energy. Could be. Doesn't have to be. Could be. I was going to say it could be somebody younger than you, but it could be somebody that you've known for a long time as well. But it could just be you saying, you know what? Okay, cool. The past is the past. I've taken some time to myself, and I'm ready to put myself back out there. So you could be dating again in February or starting a new cycle with the same water energy. The Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and then the Chariot card at the bottom of the deck. Leo, you got a lot of stuff going on in your energy right now. Like you got a lot of like work stuff happening or things that you're working on. Project type of stuff. Goals. You got at least 2 major goals that you're working on doing right now. You've got like, if you look at your to-do list, you've got 2 things and then they've got itemized, smaller categories of checking them off. You're working on stuff. And so I feel like for you, it's like, okay, I want to focus on this love thing. I do. I just also have a lot of other stuff going on in my life right now. Can I get a little bit more on this Chariot card for... I just saw the Five of Pentacles. You're trying to get your money up. You don't want to... Whatever it is, like, you don't want to mess up your money. It's very important for you. The Seven of Swords keeps coming out today. And it's coming out for you as well, Leo. If you're deciding to go back to this other person, you don't want them to think that you are deceiving them. You want them to acknowledge that you've taken some time to think about it. And if this is starting like a new, like flirting around with somebody, you don't want them, want to come across the way you had in the past. Essentially, whether it's starting something new or revisiting something from your past, you don't want to present the way that you had in the past because you don't want things to go the way that they did in the past. You don't want to redo a cycle the wrong way. So you're trying to learn how to show up as a prospect for somebody in the month of February. And you're trying to regain your footing. But some of you guys are working on moving. The Chariot card is showing me that, and then the 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of you could be between like 2 households, or we're waiting on a renovation or for a house to be ready. Because the Cancer card is showing me 4th house stuff. See, you got a lot of stuff going on. So you're juggling a lot, but your biggest thing is like, okay, I'm not my past. I've got to learn how to show up differently. All right. So you're learning yourself which is going to help you become a better partner in your future. Let's look at your money. It says indecision. The 2 of Pentacles did come up earlier, and now it's the 2 of Swords. It says you may feel stuck or torn between 2 paths. The solution lies in finding balance and clarity. Trust your intuition to guide you towards a resolution. Facing the truth will set you free from stagnation, Leo. Which way does Leo go? Let's talk about this for for career and money. The 5 of Swords, the Fool card, that's positive. The 6 of Wands, that's positive. The Hermit card and the Temperance card, that's really positive. There's a theme here for a lot of people that folks are choosing to go in the direction of what is serving them. So after a time of feeling like I don't know which way to go, you're gonna follow what makes you the most excited. And if you're like, well, I don't know what makes me the most excited, write down your because I feel like you're stuck between 2 different options right now. Name them and write them down on a piece of paper. And you could do pros and cons, but really what you need to be doing is focusing on that one at a time and say which one feels like it has the best outcome, even if it sounds slightly delusional, or even if it feels unrealistic. When you look at your 2 different options, which one brings you the most joy in the future? When you imagine the future and you plugged into that position in the future, which one do you feel like you're going to laugh more? Which one do you feel like you're going to be able to be more creative? Which one do you feel like is going to be more supporting? Which one do you feel like is going to be maybe more financially stable? But for you, I don't think it's necessary. There is a need and a yearning for financial stability, but there's a need and a yearning for so much more. So which of the 2, and you're finding in the month of February, which of the 2 is going to be the most giving? And that is what you are deciding to move towards. The 6 of Wands, the Temperance, and the Hermit card. There's a self-realization that's happening in the month of February for you. There are going to be people that are going to be around you that are like, no, don't go that way. No, where like you might have 2 contracts, 2 jobs that are buying for you to work for them, or to work with them, or to partner with them, or to invest in them. But somebody's going to be upset. You're going to leave somebody out in the dust. You might quit a job. You might break a contract. You might not renew a contract. Somebody's going to be upset and somebody is going to be happy, but you're going to be happy. The month of February. You trust your intuition in the month of February, even though right now you're in this indecision. Check this out. You have been like, Leo, dare I say, the last like quarter of your life, like the last 90 days, the last 3 months, you've had your back to making a decision, but it's turning around in the month of February for you to take action in a different direction. Let's take a look at your growth. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Choices for your growth in your life this February. It says opportunities abound, right? It says, but not all are as they appear. Listen to what this card says because it solidifies what I just said about your career and your love and everything, okay? Take time to assess your options and choose with clarity. Trust your intuition to guide you toward what aligns with your truth. Avoid distractions that could cloud your vision. The Seven of Wands is telling me that somebody is going to be upset that you are leaving. Breaking a contract, no longer investing, not renewing a contract, quitting, moving. You're deciding between two entities, two energies, two directions, and two paths. Use your discernment. Trust your intuition to guide you toward what aligns with your truth. What is your truth? Sit down, put pen to paper. What are your values? What do you value? No, what are your values? Write it down. Right? I'm a Leo. I'm not a Leo, but I'm just saying. I'm a Leo and I value integrity. I value joy. I value accountability. I value consistency. I value whatever it is for you. Write it down. And then you get to compare these in the month of February to your values. What are your goals in life? What's your mission out of life? What is your purpose? Write it down. That's going to help you make your choice. You're making a huge choice in the month of February. Let me see if I can get some help. Five of Pentacles came out again. It came out in the it was stuck in the pre-shuffle earlier. The Ace of Pentacles comes out with the Queen of Cups, with the Five of Cups, and you're done. 2 5s, 55, huge change. 10, end of a cycle. You're done here and here. You're done. Living in the energy of regret, living in the energy of the past, the past of the past. I'm choosing to turn my back on the past and moving towards the future, whatever that means for you. For a lot of you, it's just how you're presenting yourself so that you don't do the same cycles over and over again. The Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups is saying the Queen of Cups has learned her lesson in love. She doesn't overgive. She doesn't undergive. She gives just enough. She strives for reciprocation and balance in love. Okay? Love is also passion. It's also creativity. It's also stability, right? And then the Ace of Pentacles here is saying that it's doing more of what makes you happy. I mean, that's the theme for a lot of people in the month of February. You're not the... I cannot come up with a word. This is for you too. You're going to be learning in the month of February to do more of what makes you happy. All right. Okay, Leo, I hope that helped. Let's move on to Virgo. Hold on. Okay, Virgo placements. Here we go. Let's pull on your energy for the month of February for love, for money, and for growth. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, Virgo. All right. First card up for Virgo is love. Let's see what we got for love. We got celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. I pulled your career and your money and your growth. We're going to get to those in a second, but let's start with this Four of Wands here, Virgo. Celebration for you in love. A time of joy and accomplishment have arrived. Celebrate your achievements and share this moment with loved ones. This milestone marks stability and harmony. Honor the progress you've made and the connections that uplift you. The Four of Wands could be like a finish line. The Four of Wands could be a celebration. The Four of Wands could be taking things to the next level. The Four of Wands could be buying a house with someone. All right. So let's see more about the Four of Wands for Virgo in February. The Emperor, the Three of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of celebration happening here. And you could be celebrating with an emperor. You could invite somebody out to somewhere, a party with an emperor. some, this could be, for some, and I'm going to pull some more, it could be a reconciliation. It's not going to be for everybody. This High Priestess is out here. So I need to pull some more on that because I feel like you've been kind of Virgo in the background of this, not presenting yourself in a way to this Emperor or vice versa. And it has a lot to do with you finding peace within yourself. There could be some idea of you could have been working on some sort of diagnosis that you had. And that's not going to be for everybody, but some of you guys could be coming to terms with some sort of diagnosis that you had, or dealing with some sort of health issue, and you're recovering from that. All right. Let's see here for Virgo. Tell me about this. Tell me some more about this Emperor. The Temperance card. More fire sign energy here. You guys, I feel like you're in the month of February coming to terms with a connection that you have with a potential fire sign, Virgo. Tell me about this High Priestess energy for the Virgo and this Emperor, the Five of Pentacles. You've been relying very heavily on Spirit to guide you through this because it has been a potential whirlwind. But I feel like you're coming to peace with this, to terms with whatever this was. Tell me about this Three of Cups for Virgo in this month of February, please, Spirit. The Five of Swords. I'm going to get some more on that. Here's more fire sign energy here with this Queen of Wands. The Knight of Cups. And then the Hierophant. Again, more energy. Here's the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is like divine couplage here. Somebody I feel like came forward towards you, not somebody, this Queen of Wands or this Emperor, if they are the same person, came towards you and was like, Virgo, can we work this out? And you thought that they were lying, that they were a cheat, that they were going to betray you again. And so Virgo's response was the Eight of Swords. I don't think I can trust you. I don't even think I can trust what I'm thinking about right now in this connection. So I feel like you're coming to terms with this. That doesn't necessarily mean a reconciliation. Tell me more about this Three of Cups. Letting bygones be bygones. The 3 and the 3 equals the 6, which equals the Lovers. The Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. I'm going to pull a couple more cards on that. The Seven of Cups, the Page of Cups, the 7, 2 sevens now. Seven of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. I just looked that up yesterday. The Temperance card, the 14, the Temperance card. Letting bygones be bygones. The past is the past. Coming to terms with what that is. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's a reconciliation on the table. It is you getting into the energy of, okay, well, it is what it is. Making peace with it. Because for you, honestly, your health is like a big part of your concern. Your peace is a big part of your concern. And anything that is tugging on that and going in the opposite direction of peace, you're learning, I need to let this go because that darkness in my body causes dis-ease, and I don't want anything to play a role in dis-ease in my body, in my mind, whatever it is. For some of you guys, it's like trying to get your mental back on track. So it could be another cycle between you and this person, but I think you're just really more like making peace and releasing animosity towards you and this other person. Let's take a look at your money. The Five of Cups. This is the Lost card. You may be dwelling on what you have a lot of energy that you're trying to release in the month of February. A lot of purging energy happening for you in the month of February. You may be dwelling on what has been lost. Listen again. You may be dwelling on what has been lost, but healing begins when you turn towards what still remains. Acknowledge your feelings, then focus on the opportunities that are still available. Growth often emerges from adversity. Okay, so I feel like you're like, okay, all right, a lot has gone wrong, but a lot of things have gone right. Let me focus on what is going right in my life right now. So you could be focusing a lot on your career, because your career could be taking off or could be bringing you peace, Virgo. The Five of Pentacles, it's the same card. It's like the same idea. The Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. It's not really like, the Five of Cups is generally like focusing on the past, and the Five of Pentacles is feeling like in this now moment, I'm alone. And that could be that too. And it could be dealing with your money. Like maybe you had to invest in a separation, or maybe you've had to invest a lot of money in building this new life for you. But now that you've if that's your story, now that you've created this new stability in this new life, in this new area for you, it's like, okay, now I'm here. Let's make this new space work. The Knight of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and then the Nine of Cups. Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna just keep on moving. You got to keep on moving. Can't nobody break my stride. Can nobody hold me down? There's a lot of energy around you that is constantly trying to pull at you and distract you. You're not letting that happen in the month of February. No. You're capitalizing on this idea of me, myself, and I. I got this. I can do this. I will keep doing this. I'm not going to survive. I will thrive in this new chapter. I will thrive in this new chapter. So you're concentrating on what is giving you. All right. So your growth is surrender. The Hangman card. Your growth looks like this in the month of February, or it could look like this if this is something that you want to call into your reality, Virgo. It says release control. I know that that's triggering, Virgo, but that's what it says with this Hangman card. It says release control and trust the process. You're learning to do that, actually. It's foreign to you. So earlier when I was talking about maybe you've moved to a new space, some of that could be true for some of you guys, but for others of you, it's the new space is learning how to trust the process of the universe. Like this ain't, okay, this all, I feel like you're telling yourself, this all has to be happening for a reason. So let me start paying attention to the universe to see if they can tell me what the reason is. And it could be through prayer that you're getting those downloads. It says shifting your perspective will reveal new insights. Resistance only hinders growth. Letting go, you allow clarity and transformation to emerge, creating space for deeper understanding. Honestly, I do feel like you are in this energy of tell me what you need to tell me, Spirit. Show me what you need to show me, universe. Because once again, there's no way that this happened for no reason. This has to be happening for my greatest and my highest good. All right. So hold on. Do I have, I just now realized that I had like my raw wall showing. Oh, well, it's going to have to show. All right. For the Virgos. I'm sorry. Does that bother you? I know. It bothers me too. I have Virgo caretakers as a kid, so they tried to make me line things up, I think. be very respectful of my space. The Ten of Pentacles for you, Virgo, and your growth. The Queen of Cups. The Death card. Okay, tell me about this growth for the Virgo. The the Hermit. Listen, you've earned this new chapter because you have the courage. You've had the courage, Virgo, to take the chance to invest in yourself. So it is true that the things that happen to you happen for a reason, and you are being transitioned in this month of February towards that reason. You are being transitioned to see your purpose in life, to follow that path, to lead you to a life of legacy. All right. It is that deep, Virgo, for you. you're being primed. You're being primed. The whole experience has been meant, thus far has been meant to prime you towards being a leader, but a leader of love, a leader of compassion. You might not be on some big stage telling people this and that and the other, blah, blah, blah. I feel like your purpose is more individualistic. So all of this has been prepping you towards the individuals that you are meant to lead and guide throughout their journey, Virgo. It's like small teams, yeah. So it could be students, it could be kids. It could be your grandkids. It could be your children. It could be other people's children. But I feel like, yes, you were headed in the right direction. February is looking really giving for you. And in that energy, you help to give towards and invest towards other people. All right. So I hope that helped. It actually looked really good. I love it. All right, let's move towards Libra now. All right, Libra. Libra placements, come here with open heart and open mind. We're going to take a look at love and at money and at potential growth for you in the month of February. The first card I'm going to pull for Libra placements is, waiting for them to tell me to stop. Love. Love comes up, transition, 6 of Swords. I'm going to pull money and I am going to pull growth. I'm going to put those aside. We'll tackle those in just a second. So, your love energy for the month of February is 6 of Swords, moving on towards peace. I may not have everything figured out, but it feels so much more peaceful on this side than on that side is what we're getting for you for the month of February. Transition. You are moving away from difficulties towards a calmer phase of your life. This journey may require letting go, but it promises healing and peace. Trust the process as you navigate this transition. Some of you guys are actually moving, but a lot of you guys are moving on from past hurt. And it's happening in baby steps, but it's happening. It is happening. You might see a resurgence of ideas from past relationships show up, but then when they come up in your mind, when you think about them, they no longer trigger you in the way that they used to. It's really more of an intellectual look at it. Like before, if you would have been reminded of this triggering moment from your past, you might break down and cry and sit there and be like, oh my God, this is really bothering me. And like, it might hurt your heart, it might hurt your gut. But now you're looking at it and saying, okay, yeah, that did happen. And I can kind of see why. I can kind of see what that was teaching me. Okay, let's see. Love energy for Libra for the month of February. The 2 of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. The King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The 5 of Swords. Your biggest thing is that if anybody were to try to integrate in your life right now, you want to make sure that you're asking the hard-hitting questions. Listen, you're telling new lovers and new love prospects, like you're like, hey, okay, you're not going to be able to play me because I've been through so much and now I pay attention. But there is somebody that is wanting to come towards you in the month of February. Libra, let's find out more about this King of Cups. The 6 of Wands, the Lovers. Oh goodness, whatever it is, however it is that you feel, the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, however it is that you feel about this person, the way they feel about you is Libra's got something going on for themselves. I want to try to work with Libra. I want to try to build something with Libra. I really want to find success with Libra. You know what? I choose Libra, this other person towards you. But you're still coming in like, I'm not going to play myself again. I'm not going to let anybody else play me. So how are you going to receive this energy, please, in the month of February? The Knight of Wands, the 3 of Cups, the Temperance, the 6 of Cups. You might be like, yeah, I'll let you wine and dine me. I'm not gonna. I say this. I'm not gonna turn down a free meal. I mean, whoever this person is, they look good. They're very attractive to you. Okay, and for you, it's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, we can go out and have some drinks, sure. It's like you're saying yes to a first date, or you're saying yes to a date, between you and this person, but you're not letting your guard completely down. Whoever this King of Cups is, you want them. You understand the idea of like honeymoon period. You understand that people can wear a mask for only but so long. So you're kind of letting this play out just to see. Very, very much inspector, very much detective mode for you, Libra. All right. I feel the need to get you some advice in this energy. Advice in this love energy for Libra. The Six of Pentacles. Allow somebody to show you fun. Allow somebody to give to you. It might be new for you. It might be new for you. You might be like, hold on, this is a little too good. When is the ball gonna drop? You mean you want to take me out on a date and you brought flowers and you picked the place and you drove and you know, like it's like I don't know how to receive the energy like that. And I feel like you're kind of clumsily stumbling through that in the month of February. It's new for you. But Spirit's saying, allow somebody to take you out. Allow somebody to take you out. Money is coming up. Departure, 8 of Cups. You're moving on from what does not serve you in the energy of money. This other way has got to be a better way in the energy of money. All right. So it says departure. It's time to leave behind what no longer serves you. This decision may feel difficult, but it leads to growth and fulfillment. Trust in your inner call to seek a deeper purpose and let go of the past. For some of you guys, your money and your career is tied to an old way of thinking, an old person, an old situation, and you're leaving it behind because it's no longer investing back in you. If anything, it's probably pulling from you. Oh my gosh. I got a lot of cards trying to come out for you in this money reading. Let's see. Tell me more about the energy of money and career for Libra, please. The Queen of Cups. Yes, you are learning to invest in yourself. The Death card. The 7 of Pentacles. I'm planting the seeds, and the Justice card. For some of you guys, there's like a legal matter concerning money for you. With this Justice card, and for others of you, it's more like karmic justice. Like, you know what? Because you could have been intertwined with other people's karma in your life, and you're cutting those people out of your life, like saying your life is kind of not aligned with my values. I was gonna say messed up, and you might have said in a different timeline or time frame, you might have said your life is messed up. You bring too much drama. I don't need you around me because I don't want that kind of drama in my life. But really more it's like you're not aligned with me anymore, so I'm leaving this alone. And it could be a person, it could be behavior, it could be a situation, it could be a job. All right, Libra. But you're like, I'm going to invest here. It's like finding new footing. Because you still care about yourself. You still care about your future. You're not woe is me. You're not in this lack mindset. You're in the mindset of while I still got breath in my lungs, I am going to keep going with my life. And it's like finding this new plot of land. It could be a new job. It could be a new way of spending your money. It could be a new behavior. It could be a new mindset. And I said some of you guys might be moving. So either way, you're just like, I feel like I'm envisioning a Libra that's looking at a plot of land or looking at several different plots of land, several different options, and then saying, there's something about this place, this space, this energy that feels better. Yes, this is where I'm choosing to plant my seeds and watch them and water them and watch them grow. So it's a shift for you guys energetically. A new contract. Let's take a look at your growth for the month of February. Hey, look at that. The Fool card. You got the Adventure card. I feel like since I don't have anything over here, I should probably be putting my cards up here. Adventure for Libra in the month of February. The universe invites you to take the first step into the unknown. Trust that this leap will bring growth and new opportunities. While the path ahead may be unclear, it is filled with potential. Let go of fear. Let go of fear, Libra. Embrace curiosity, Libra, and allow life to unfold with wonder. You are starting a new chapter because you have walked away. Some of you guys have ran from what is no longer serving you. I don't know what's out there for me, but I know I need to start doing for me. Again, while there is air in my lungs, I will breathe until the end of my days. I will be successful. I will be calling in that success for yourself. The King of Pentacles. That's the opportunities. You have the capacity for these opportunities. Do not self-sabotage. Keep going in consistent effort and consistent energy towards your growth. You are worth the consistent effort. You are worth the investment. You're learning that in the month of February. The Knight of Swords. One day you might wake up in February and be like, okay, no, this is going to change and it starts with me. I'm going to make this change for myself. Out of nowhere. It might just fly by you. The Knight of Pentacles here. And then at the bottom, here's the Six of Swords twice. Spirit is trying to tell you something. You are making the right move. You are heading in the right direction. This new chapter is here for you. And this feels like a 10-year cycle with this Knight of Pentacles here. A brand new 10-year cycle for Libra. And you're awakening to that. You are no longer letting the Matrix run your life. You are co-creating for yourself in the month of February. Epiphanies. Watch out for the epiphanies. They are here for your greatest and highest good, Libra. All right. Let's move on to Scorpio. Oh, 31. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, come to this reading. You're so very welcome, Scorpio placements. Come to this reading with an open heart and an open mind. I'm going to be taking a look at love and at money and at potential growth for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Scorpio. Definitely helps out the channel. Let me know in the comments down below how this resonates for you, or whatever it is that you want to call in, whatever energy you want to call into your reality from this reading. All right, for Scorpio placement, Spirit dear. All right, love. Wait, what does it say? Aspirations. Love is coming up. Aspirations. I got to start holding them up over here. We're going to read that in a second. Let me pull your money and your growth. Those are going to stay on the table until we're ready for them. Starting with the aspiration love energy for your February, Scorpio. It says new opportunities arise as you develop skills and purpose and pursue meaningful goals. This is essentially the Page of Pentacles. So you could be getting a message from somebody, an email from somebody, a text message from somebody, and it could be something, if you've got kids, it could be from somebody like around your kids, like a teacher or like a coach or like a tutor or something. It could be something from, or another parent. Okay. It says stay grounded and focus on building a strong foundation. This looks a little new for me, Scorpio. New. This is what this looks like for me, Scorpio. Let's see here. Love energy for Scorpio placements for everybody's greatest and highest good. For whatever reason, I felt compelled to say that. All right, let's see. All right, Scorpio. The Ten of Wands comes out with the Queen of Swords. Going at it alone. I've been doing this alone for a long time. I've been single for a long time. There's like a regimen. I've got a routine, I've got a regimen, and it's my own, right? That's what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. Eight of Cups. The Two of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, the Magician. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I feel like you're scouring. Maybe not purposely. Maybe at one point in time it was purposely, but I feel like the yearning is gone in it. This is going to sound triggering, and I apologize for that, but the desperation for somebody to come into your life and save you, if you will, or be your partner, that's not there anymore. It's not. I keep getting over and over again. I'll just, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. I don't know if it's I'm better by myself. I think it's just like I'll do it by myself. But in that doing by yourself, you've grown a lot, Scorpio. But I do feel like here you're like, okay, so now that I've done all of this by myself, am I ready to incorporate this new energy into my life? At least looking at February. What do we have? The Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the World card, and then the Strength card coming out with some Leo energy. Well, regardless of if you feel ready or not, Scorpio, there's some conversation between you and another person. And I mean, it could be another person that is kind of on the same wavelength. It could actually have been this Queen of Swords. Very, very intellectual, but also very kind, has a really good sense of humor, and humble. This energy is this Queen of Swords here. You could be dealing with, like I said, like another, if you're a single parent, you could be dealing with like another single parent for those who resonate in that energy. But there's this person that is coming towards you, and I feel like the conversation starts innocent. There's an attraction there, yeah, but you're like, I feel like you're like, I'm not really thinking anything of it, but this conversation is good. This person is an amazing conversationalist, very lighthearted, whoever this person is for you in February. This World card and this Strength card is part of the World card is telling me that you learn in February to let go of this wall that you have, that you built at one point in time to protect you, because again, you were having to go at it alone for a while, but you're letting brick by brick that wall down. Like maybe somebody else can come and help. Or maybe I can help somebody else, or maybe just having fun with somebody is a good idea right now. And then this World card is telling me that you come to terms with ending having your wall up, and then maybe you start conversing with this person like over the phone, over the internet, over email a lot. The World Wide Web comes through with this one. And then here, the Strength card is telling me that it could be a Leo. It could have come out of this Leo full moon that we just had, or that we're having now, I guess, as I'm recording this on the 3rd of February, or the 2nd of February. What day is today? Either way, we're still in the energy of that. But both of you guys are having to tame like a naysayer in your head. This little voice in your head, for the both of you guys, this little voice in your head that's like, no, we don't need anybody else. And it's not that you need anybody else. It's just that we're social creatures. So it would be nice to have somebody else. And you're remembering that it would be nice to have somebody else. And oh, by the way, this person is pretty cool, pretty chill. I like the conversation. So a little bit of flirting happening for you, but you're still opening yourself up to the potential of having a potential with somebody. All right, Scorpio. All right, Wisdom is coming up for money. I love it. Let's see the Wisdom card for money. It says seek guidance through tradition, teachings, or remember I was talking about school or something like that when I was looking at this card. So I don't know if some of you guys are teachers or healers or doctors or coaches or whatever else kind of goes around that, social worker, something like that, right? And it doesn't have to be everybody, but it's like this idea of whatever your job is, like it's in service of other people. All right. So you help other people. It says the answers you need are grounded in tried and true wisdom. By honoring these principles, you'll find clarity and direction. Trust in the power of the knowledge to light your way forward. You're not, whatever it is you're doing, you're not reinventing the wheel. There have been there have been other people that have gone before you and have been successful. So you're leaning in the energy of why am I making, I feel like it's like, why am I making things so hard on myself? No, it's like following a playbook of somebody else that's been successful, so that you don't have to make things so hard on yourself. Yeah, you tailor whatever this is to your own energy, but there's people that teach algorithms out there, and there's people that teach writing out there. That the middleman is gone. Hold on, there's a couple of downloads I'm getting. Either way, you're not standing in your own way. You realize that the resources that you need to grow your career, I feel like you're an entrepreneur, not everybody is, but whatever it is you need, the resources are out there, and you're learning to take in those resources as opposed to fighting against it. There could have been this, like, I'm just going to do it my own way, but it wasn't showing you the success that you wanted. So now it's like, let me not be so bullheaded. Let me not stand in my own way. Let's learn from people who have experienced this before, follow their tips and tricks, and then become a success, right? That's what I'm getting for you, Scorpio. The 5 of Cups in the upright, the King of Cups, the Lovers, and then the 5 of Swords. So the biggest change is that you're not going to be your own worst enemy anymore. You realize that you're allowed to have fun at work. You realize that you're allowed to fill your cup at work. You realize that you're allowed to love what you do. And it's through that passion that you start getting and receiving more energy, positive energy from the universe. You're choosing that path. You're choosing to follow the love for something by getting out of your own way. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense to me. I hope that it makes sense to you guys. You're going to have to take it as it resonates. I'm trying to figure out if there's another way that I can put this. I feel like I'm talking to a Scorpio who has been a little bit stubborn in the way that they've been going about their money and their career. And you're learning that it is okay to seek out guidance from other people that have gone that path before, and to kind of take some pointers from them as opposed to having to do it all on your own. And for some of you guys, this is learning how to delegate. For some of you guys, this is learning how to incorporate a partner, work together with other people. Okay, but it's not that you're not coming to the table wise. You are. But perhaps your focus should be more on caring about the other people that you are helping in your career versus, like, I keep seeing this thing, like, there's this, I think it's called Intuit Books or something like that. It's some app that helps. There's a commercial, and there's like a chef. And she's in the kitchen, and her best thing that she's able to do, her purpose, her talent is being in the kitchen and tasting the food and creating the menus. But her talent isn't in the books, isn't in the payroll, isn't in the ordering the food, isn't in the, paying the utilities. So she hires a bookkeeper to do that for her. That's what I feel like this is for a lot of you guys. Don't take it literal. Don't take it literal. Okay. All right. And then for some of you guys, it is literal. Your growth is the 6 of Swords. So you are growing. You are moving into greener pastures in your life, transitioning towards things that are moving away from difficulties and moving towards a more calm phase in your life. And you're seeing that happening in the month of February. You're letting down a lot of thoughts of how am I going to, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. You're just learning to be more peaceful because you're starting to see, no, things are heading in the right direction. And I trust myself to navigate. I have the experience that I've got the grit that I can navigate myself in the right direction. So you're doing that. All right. So you got the King of Pentacles. He wants to come out a lot today with the Queen of Swords. She's already come out twice. The Ace of Wands has already come out twice for you, Scorpio. And then the 3 of Cups. For you in the month of February, you are learning community. And you're almost, for some of you guys, are learning a new community. Yep. It could look like new friends. It could look like new associates. It could look like new coworkers. It could look like all of that, or some parts of that. But either way, you're learning to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of joy in your life, and that is so much more giving than the opposite. And you're making peace with a work-life kind of balance. And you're learning it is okay for me to also have fun. It's not just work, work, work all the time. It's not just responsibility all the time. Fun is healing too. That's what you're learning in the month of February. All right, let's move on just a second. Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I'm going to be doing February energy for you. We're going to be taking a look at love and money and just general growth. Come to this reading with an open heart and an open mind. All right, Sagittarius, let's pull your card. Sagittarius placements. Love. Here, love. Completion. Oh, something is done. Skis. You're never going back to whatever the energy of what was for you in your love life, okay? Let's pull for money, and then we're going to pull for growth. We're going to uncover those cards in just a second, concentrating on this completion energy for you in the month of February, Sagittarius, all right? You have reached a significant milestone, Sagittarius, celebrating the end of a cycle and the start of a new one. Reflect on your achievements and embrace the limitless possibilities ahead. Completion brings fulfillment and endless potential. Let me tell you something. If you are completing a cycle, an old way of doing things with a specific person, and you're going back to that same person, what you are learning in the month of February is that you're not going to go back in the same energy as before. It is not going to be the same as it was before. This is not a spiraling out of control completion for you. This is if it is a resurgence of an energy, it's different this time. And it's because you show up differently, and it's because the other person shows up differently. If you show up differently and the other person shows up the same, you have the discernment to know, I'm not doing this again. And then you get to end it. You get to show yourself, and you get to show the universe, nope, I saw the red flags right away. I'm ending it. If this is you completing a cycle with a person in love and then starting a new love venture with a new person, you are processing the information that you learned in that last love cycle with that last person so that you don't take baggage into this new cycle. There's a lot of awareness in this energy for you, Sagittarius, in the month of February. Let's take a look at love for Sagittarius placements for the month of February, please, Spirit. I don't know. That shuffle was weird. Let me get a better shuffle, because there was like so many cards that were trying to stick out. The Six of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Sun card. Oh, I laugh because it's like, you're like, I can see clearly now that the storm clouds are gone. I can see clearly now that the smoke is gone. I can see something clearly now at the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant. Ooh, the Hierophant. It's yeah. I'm seeing that. That could lead towards that, especially with this Four of Wands. It's the Magician. Wow, I'm having a hard time saying that. Magician. Because for you, it's like, I don't want you to concentrate, like your energy is telling me, like, Shawnee, I don't want you to concentrate on the manifestation part of it. It's not that. It's more like what I was saying. I mean, yeah, we're always manifesting. So you are manifesting this cycle with this person, but it's more like this completion card when I was saying, like, if you do go back and have a reconciliation with somebody, you're not going to show up the same. You're only accountable for you, right? We're not talking about the other person. So let's just talk about you, Sagittarius, because I don't know yet how the other person is going to show up. But you're not going to show up the same. You're not going to show up the same. You're going to show up as the Magician. The Magician has all four suits, has control over all four suits, has control over the action he or she takes. has control over their emotions, has control over their thoughts and the words that they use, has control over their if they invest or not. You're coming to the table grown. You're coming to the table self-aware. You're coming to the table more knowledgeable and applied knowledge as well with this Magician card here. But yeah, so I got the Six of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Sun card here. It's like I can see clearly now about this relationship that I had with this person, and I can now better gauge what I want with this person. So for some of you guys, it could be a reconciliation. Tell me about this person for Sagittarius in the month of February, please, Spirit. The King of Pentacles. Somebody's ready for something to be more than just friends. More than just a friend. Oh, here it goes. I'm getting a download. And if... Oh, is it shy? And if I ever fall in love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend. And if I ever fall in love so true, I will be sure that the lady's just like you. The very first time that I saw your brown eyes, your lips said hello and I said hi. I knew right then you were the one. Oh, baby. Hold on, I'm trying to remember the rest of the song. Sometimes I feel as if I don't deserve you, but I cherish every moment that we share, and if I ever fall in love again. That all came from this King of Pentacles. Somebody's ready to invest. Tell me about this person that Sagittarius is getting all of this energetic downloads from. The Page of Wands, the Devil card, this significant that the Devil card came out with the Death card at the bottom of the deck, the Three of Swords. I do feel like there's a transmutation, an alchemizing of energy for you, Sagittarius. Yet again, you could be doing a reconciliation. If there is an energy of reconciliation for you in February, you are showing up differently, regardless of how they show up. You'll know if you should continue, or you'll know if you should, or not, maybe not immediately, but you'll know way sooner than maybe in the past if this ain't gonna work for you. If this is just showing up energetically for you, once again, you're processing it in the month of February so that you can show up without the baggage of this in a new relationship, right? It's being transmuted. It's being alchemized. This energy of the past. All right, so I hope that helps you get a better clarity of your love life. And I keep burping, so there's a lot of energy being released for you in your love life, Sagittarius. A lot of stagnant energy that's being released for you. Let's take a look at your money. Transformation for your money, Sagittarius. It says, an ending is clearing the way for renewal. Though change may feel challenging, it is necessary. It is a necessary step towards growth. Embrace the transformation and trust in the promise of new beginnings. Let go to make space for what is coming. A contract might be ending for you. And just because I'm seeing all these flowers, I'm going to say in the spring, a contract could be ending for you, Sagittarius. And you might be looking for like new work around like the second quarter of 2026. It's coming up now because you're being primed and prepped for it now in the month of February. What is February? Generally like the last month of winter. So yeah, you could be being prepped for this move in your career for the spring. The eight of Pentacles, yeah. The Tower moment, yes. The Six of Wands, you'll be okay. Somebody's not gonna like it, but who cares? They don't pay your bills. I feel like you guys could be giving notice. Look at this, because for you it's just like, yeah, I've learned what I needed to learn here. Thank you. Not in a bad way. I don't feel like any of this is bad, but I feel like you got from wherever it is that you're, for those Sagittarius who this is for, I feel like you got what you needed from that energy and you're like, okay, I'm going to move on. I like a free agent is what I'm getting for you. And of course, whenever you move on from an energy and move towards another energy, not everybody's going to be happy, but you know, sometimes such is life. For you, you're putting your self first. A lot of people are getting that. But it's positive. It's positive. I feel like there's like a going away ceremony, like, or it's like there's like a, well, we hate to see you go, Sagittarius. I feel like that's what I'm getting here. But I feel like you just have like this inner knowing, like, I can take these skills elsewhere and still capitalize on them. I don't feel like it's happening in February. I feel like you're planning a lot of this in February. I have so many skills at my disposal. I don't need to be here to utilize them. No animosity, no angst, just like a realization for you. All right. So that's what I see for your career and your money. Your money looks stable in the month of February with that King of Pentacles. Let's take a look at your growth. Majesty. Okay, Sagittarius is stable in the month of February. You lead with intellectual strength, fairness, and integrity. Your decisions inspire trust and in line with justice. Sagittarius. Let's go. A person of action. I do things because I know I need to do them, not because I necessarily want to do them, is what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Let's see here. The Eight of Pentacles, again, your job and how you do things is really playing a huge role. It's like at the forefront of your life in the month of February. The Six of, y'all saw me shuffle, right? The Six of Wands came up again. Y'all saw me shuffle, right? The King of Pentacles again at the bottom of the deck, the Fool card. Okay. So your chapter starts beginning in February. Makes sense. Oh, the new year. The Lunar New Year is around the 17th of February. On the 17th of February, and then there's a lot of celestial stuff happening, and then an eclipse, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you're being aligned with a lot of astrology right now that is leading you towards a new foundation, a new chapter. But you're going into the chapter not broken. It's not a rock bottom for you. You're going into this new chapter fully invested in self and stable. And other people get to watch you. It's not like you're starting over again. It is a new chapter, but you're not starting over again. You've already done so much for yourself, Sagittarius. So new chapter is bringing about very positive things with your money, with your work. It just looks good. Keep it up in February. Keep doing you in February, Sagittarius. Okay, so I hope that helped. Growing more of the same highly successful person and people. All right, let's do Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Oh, is that an 8? Yeah. All right, Capricorn. I'm here for you, boo. Come to this reading with an open heart and an open mind. I'm going to pull on love and on money and on personal growth throughout the month of February for your greatest and highest good, trying to help you find a little bit of clarity, confirmation. All right, let's see. Love for Capricorn placements, please, Spirit. Here. The Tower, awakening moment for your love life. I'm pulling for your money and your career and your growth. We will uncover those in a second. But you've got a Tower moment happening for you in the month of February, Capricorn. Let's see what this is about. Things are being shaken up and it could come out of nowhere. It could be just like a random epiphany about something, about someone, about your love life. Awakening, it says unexpected changes are shaking your foundation, clearing the way for growth. Though it feels chaotic, this is an opportunity to rebuild stronger. Though it feels chaotic, this is an opportunity to build stronger. Whatever was happening in your love life was just not built on truth, was not built on stability, was not built on love. It could have started out taboo. It could have started out in a secretive sort of way. It could have started out as a third party situation. It could have started out where you guys already weren't seeing eye to eye. It could be like a frenemies kind of thing. It could have started out. The reason why the tower falls is because whatever foundation was previously built, it was built on rocks and on sand, and it wasn't stable enough to hold the energy as is. And then it crumbles. And what that crumble allows you and this other person, or just mainly you, I'm going to focus on you, Capricorn. What it allows you to see is that this land, this thing ain't working for me here. If I'm going to choose to rebuild, I got to rebuild someplace that is going to allow me to build up, higher and higher, a more stable grounding in the energy of truth, in the energy of integrity, in the energy of reciprocity, in the energy of love. That's where we start relationships, not in anything else, because it's not stable. It can't last. That's what you're learning in the month of February. And I feel like it's just like boom, like an epiphany. It just like awakens you to a different perspective in how to build a truthful and honest and giving relationship. All right, and healthy relationship. It says, trust that this awakening will bring clarity and deep alignment with your purpose. You could be introducing yourself or introduced to like some sort of divine counterpart or soulmate in this February season. Because of that last line, it says, trust that the awakening will bring clarity and deeper alignment with your purpose. Let's see some more. The Four of Pentacles. You're the first to get this Lovers card. Or it's the Two of Cups. Okay. It's still, you're the first to get this. I haven't had the Lovers or the Two of Cups. All right. The Seven of Wands. More of like the Moon card. There's a lot of energy of like, no, I don't want this right now. No. Don't be whispering sweet nothings in my ear, right? I don't want this. But then in the middle of it is a Two of Cups. So do you want it or not? Because it seems like to the outside world, I feel like there's a Capricorn that's like putting up, oh God. There's like, okay, all right. Kind of like a slight facade. And it's not because you're not doing it purposely. I feel like you're just like, if I'm going to tell the universe anything, I don't want the universe to concentrate on love for me. I want them to concentrate on other things for me, like stability, success, or whatever. So I'm just going to not put any manifestations, any prayers out there for love. What I'm going to put out there is stability and success. But that's not the truth, is it? Because you really do want to commingle and exchange thought and time and passion with another person, right? You do. But that brings about fear and anxiety, because what if, right? Pisces energy on the table. Let's see here. Tell me about this Two of Cups for Capricorn in February. The Three of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. It's I just heard it's hard out here for a pimp. And that's not, it's hard out here for a pimp. That's not what I mean for you. Like, it's hard. The real world is hard. The dating game is hard. Like, it's like, have you seen the people that are dating nowadays? It's just like, I'd rather not. That's what I'm getting off of you. The Hierophant. And then the Knight of Swords. Too bad, so sad, Capricorn. The universe says, you will love somebody. I feel like it's like, The more and more you try to challenge yourself not to pay attention to the energy of love, the more and more prospects the universe is going to put in front of you. Like somebody that has a crush on you, somebody that's trying to come towards you, somebody that's a little bit too friendly at work, somebody that's a little bit too, like you go to the mall or the store, and somebody that's a little bit too flirtatious, somebody that says, oh, I like your hair, or oh, I like your outfit, oh, I like your shoes. And it's like, okay, like I know, but like you're standing a little too close. It's gonna keep happening. They're gonna keep cycle. The universe is gonna keep cycling people in your energy to kind of flirt with you or try to open you up to love. You have no choice. And I know that you're like, I have a choice. I have free will. You do. You can keep ignoring all of these prospects. You can. You can keep people on red. You can block people. You can stay in your house. You can, but I'm trying to tell you, every now and then when you leave the house, there's going to be somebody in your face like, hey, Capricorn, you kind of cute. Until you finally open yourself up to, okay. Maybe we can have drinks or something like that, right? Just a little bit more for Capricorn. The Ten of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Strength card. For you, one of the biggest reasons why, obviously it's from past experience. That's one of the biggest reasons why you keep your for the Capricorn I'm talking to, the Capricorns I'm talking to, you're kind of keeping yourself like a little hermit mode. Hermit's not showing up, but I am seeing this Nine of Pentacles. I always get the Nine of Pentacles for you, Capricorn, because you're like in your house, you're in your garden, you're talking to your pets, like you're talking to, you know, there's one person that you talk to, just one trusted ally for some of you guys. But the reason why you built up those walls is because of past pain. And you're just dead set on this idea that it's going to continue to be painful out there. But I see in February somebody coming towards you again. Hey. And I think it's literally just that. Hey. How have you been? Are you good? Or, hello, my name is Frederick. I don't know. Hi, my name is Samantha. Something like that, right? Because Spirit wants you to see a different way. That's why this Tower is coming towards you. It may not be monumental. It honestly might be a person saying, hey, all right? All that to tell you that, but I needed to uncover the who, what, where, when, and why for you, Capricorn. Let's look at money. We got legacy. Okay, Capricorn. Legacy. A time of abundance and fulfillment has arrived. Celebrate the stability and connections you've built. This is the foundation of your lasting legacy. Bring joy to future generations. This is why I see you in Nine of Pentacles energy all the time, because it's like, I am waiting for my investments to mature. I don't want anybody coming up in here messing with what I have already built for myself. That is what you've captured as a priority and a value and a goal for your life, is this maturity of investment that you've already made thus far. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Ace of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Page of Cups. Choices between some jobs for you. Before I pull this last card, I'll pull it out, but I won't flip it. For you, it's like a choice between, should I stay? Should I go? No. Yes? Okay. Recruiters, different prospects, different contracts. And then there's this new one, this Page of Cups. There's this new one that is like, that lights you up. That's like, oh, that looks fun. That's what I'm getting. Different jobs. And then there's this, that looks fun. Different contracts. There's something where it's like, you've got these things going on, and then it's like, ooh, I like that one. Let's explore it a little bit more, the Hierophant. Yeah, there's two options. Do you see this? The Hierophant. There's two options at the bottom. Either way, it's blessed. Either way, it's fine. Either way, it's going to work for you. But that gentleman that channels that energy, Bouchard always says to go towards what brings you the most passion. And I feel like you're going to be able to make a choice based off of what's highlighted for you, what brings you almost an immediate joy, that immediate jolt of that's cool. Let's try that. That sounds fun. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups, you've already weighed the options, like the PTO that this offers, and the 401 investment that this offers, and the Roth IRA that this one offers, and the dental plan that this one offers, and the salary that this one offers, and the blah blah blah, and the investment plan that this one offers. Like, I feel like you've already weighed that, and you've got two things that are like, ooh, which one do I go to? And it's the one that's like the shiny object. I feel like you're going towards the shiny object. All right. In your career and your growth. Abundance is showing up for growth. You got the 10 of Pentacles legacy, and you got abundance. Capricorn is making the right decisions for themselves. It comes to you. It comes to you and you trust it. This is the Empress. It comes to you and you trust it. You trust that initial, like, oh, that's cool. You trust that. Finally, you trust that. I feel like there have been moments in your past, Capricorn, where it's been like, oh, that's intriguing. Let's do that. And then you don't do it because it's not a safe bet. But you're almost putting yourself out on a limb. But the opportunity comes to you, growth. And I feel like you take it. The King of Swords. I feel like you take it. The Justice card came out with the Death card. Yes, you're not second guessing what you deserve anymore. You deserve happiness along with the abundance. Here's the Nine of Pentacles. Happiness along with the abundance. You're accepting the Moon card. It's been so hard for you to come to this acceptance of, I'm allowed to have it all. It doesn't have to be hard, or it doesn't have to be mundane. It doesn't have to be just filling my bank account. It can also make me happy. That's where your growth is coming for you. In love and in money, it can also make me happy. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else but me. All right, Capricorn, I hope that helped. We're going to move on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. For Aquarius placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, guys, come to this reading with an open heart and open mind. I'm going to take a look at your love, at your money, your career, and at your personal growth potential for the month of February, should you choose to claim this energy. All right, so first we're going to start with love for Aquarius placements, please, Spirit. I'm going to keep going till they say stop. Here we go. Love for Aquarius. Completion. I'm going to pull out your money and your career and your growth. We'll uncover that in just a second. Completion. The World card. Something is coming to an end. Your time tied to the karma of a connection is coming to an end for you, Capricorn. Completion brings fulfillment and endless potential. Let's see, Capricorn. Who's that? Capricorn. Aquarius. I'm talking to Aquarius. People get so upset. But, I mean, you could have been connected somehow, some way to Capricorn, and that's why Capricorn came forward in your reading. Nothing happens by accident when you're tapped into this sort of energy, all right, Aquarius? So let's see here. We got the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, and then the King of Cups. I feel like you haven't made peace with something coming to a complete end yet. that said, you've already kind of started taking action towards a different direction, a new person. And it doesn't have to be like another person. It could be like you could already start imagining yourself outside of this relationship. You could have already started healing from this relationship while you're waiting on things to come to an end. Sometimes that happens when you start kind of like, you stop fighting for a current relationship to like work out. And while you're still there, like in body, you're not there in spirit. So either one could be true. You could already have your eyes on this king or queen of cups, somebody else, or you could start saying, you know what, I'm going to take this time to fill my cup. And then eventually I know that this thing will be over. But in the interim, I'm going to start healing myself. Tell me more about this for Aquarius, the Judgment card. I don't think you've made the call yet, officially. The Lover's card, because you haven't made the choice yet. The Tower card, the Six of Cups. I feel like you're waiting for Spirit to make the choice for you. Like, it's like, I do feel like I'm talking to an Aquarius, because sometimes this is what Aquarius does. Sometimes Aquarius will get into a love situation that's like not giving to them, or they need their personal space, so they take it. And then I feel like you're like, by proxy, this person will feel as if I'm not investing, and then they'll get the hint and they'll stop investing in me, and then it'll just take care of itself, right? Like the movie The Office, right? They stop paying the guy. Like, instead of firing the guy, they stop paying the guy, and they're like, and then he'll get the point and he'll leave. But there could be a call for you, especially with this Tower moment, there could be a call for you to kind of like say something in order to avoid the Tower from falling. So you get opportunities constantly from Spirit to make the choices that you need to make, take the actions that you need to make. Take the actions that you need to take. They just give you potential. Hey, you can take an option. You can take an action now. And then you don't take the action. So 2 weeks later, here's another opportunity for you to take an action and say, the action could be to say, hey, I don't think we're working out. And then you don't do it. And then you don't do it. Another 2 weeks, another 3 weeks, another month, and you don't do it. So then what happens is Spirit says, nah, y'all are done. And then it could just be one big, huge argument. It could, you never know. So that's where free will comes in. So Spirit's like giving you the opportunity to take action on your own. And if you don't, eventually they will. But when the universe does, from personal experience, it's not like easy. So it's easier to just do it yourself. But I feel like you're on the fence in the month of February if you should or not. And I do feel like I'm capturing an Aquarius. It's kind of just like, I think if I just keep to myself, they'll get the hint. See how that, you have to see how that plays out for you. You can always, by me telling you about what could potentially happen, you definitely have the ability to make a different change and choice for yourself. Hold on, my dog wants to go outside. How does your money look? How does your career look? It looks like legacy. Like, this is what you're planning for yourself. I want to be able to leave behind a fat nest egg for my kids, for my grandkids. I want people to know my name. I don't want to just die and then a couple of years later, nobody remembers me. You want to be remembered. It says a time of abundance and fulfillment has arrived. So let's follow that up with some tarot for you, Aquarius. The Three of Swords, the Fool card, the Page of Swords, the Temperance card. So the biggest thing for you is that you've been through an absolute lot in your life. But in this you've been through a lot in your life. Three of Swords. But in this new cycle, this new chapter, what you're trying to do is figure out how I can capture the energy of my past and make money out of it, essentially. So you could be writing a book, you could be writing, I don't know, a movie, a screenplay, you could be creating some sort of art, you could be like on YouTube. You could be this is like telling your story, and you're seeing other people that have told their story and gave testament to where they've gone in their life. Other people have been successful, and you're like, I wonder if I can be successful doing that too. How can I tell my story and leave that legacy and still get something like a win-win, get a way to like pay my bills. And I know that sounds, the way I'm saying it sounds superficial. You could have definitely a much more humble way of approaching that energy. I clumsily said it the way I said it. I feel like also too, the reason why I clumsily said it the way I said it is you're trying not to sound clumsy when you say it. But the Temperance card is the reason why this energy is coming. Is like, how can I transmute this energy, this pain of my past? How can I make it work for me as opposed to work against me? And that's you for the month of February. You're really trying to hone in on that energy. I'm going to read this legacy card for you one more time before we leave the career and the finance. It's legacy. A time of abundance and fulfillment has arrived, Aquarius. Celebrate the stability and the connections you've built. There could be something around like friends and acquaintances that's going to help you. Like, you're not going at this alone. That's going to help you build this legacy for yourself. This is the foundation of your lasting legacy. Bring joy and to future generations. All right. So again, there's something about teamwork that is going to need to happen in order for you in the month of February, in order for you to start gaining a little bit of momentum. Let's look at growth for Aquarius. Security, Four of Pentacles, growth. You may feel the need to hold tightly to your resources. Remember I was getting that with this love thing? I feel like it's like, no, I don't. I feel like you're like trying to take your space. And you also don't want like any encroachment. Like, you don't want people, leave me alone. I feel like that's what it is. Like, it's like, leave me alone. I'm concentrating on this Ten of Pentacles, right? It says, you may feel the need to hold tightly to your resources while stability is important. Remember that generosity allows abundance to flow. Trust in the abundance between saving and sharing. You can be on a very tight budget right now. And while you're waiting for this to happen, right? There's this idea of like, you're learning when, again, and remember I was talking about you can't do this alone. You're going to need partnership with other people. It's the right people though, right? It's having the discernment that you're bringing along the right partners, the right mentors, the right associates, the right investors, right? You're learning that in the month of February. I think the tight budget is just like a side note, but for you, the Four of Pentacles is, I have to learn who I can trust. That's it. You're starting to learn who you can trust to allow into this plan of action that you're trying to take. Let me get some more for Aquarius, please, Spirit. The Six of Cups, the Tower again, the Emperor, and then the King of Pentacles. You might be looking at this, whatever happens over here, like in your love life, might force you out of a situation and into like, it's like out of the arms of one person and into the arms of another. But I don't think it's like really love. Although I did feel like some of you guys already had like an idea of who you could be running into. But I feel like you get out of the energy of the toxic relationship and because you release that toxic relationship, you open your light body up to receive an investor, a co-creator, somebody that you can build with, a work partner. This could even be signing like a contract with an established business. And you would have never been able to do that if you were constantly fighting and battling with this love situation. So by letting this one go and trusting that completion means that you now ready yourself for a new beginning somewhere else, that's what you're learning. that's what you're learning. That's what that means in the month of February. Everything happens for your greatest and highest good. Sometimes it doesn't come, wrapped in a beautiful package. Sometimes it comes wrapped in a little bit of pain. But if you acknowledge the pain and you work through the pain and you release that pain, now you are ready to receive more blessings, right? So that's what I see for you. You're learning who you can trust, and there is this idea of a person or a partnership or a corporation or a contract or something that, and it could be with somebody from your past, something that you've known for a long time, that allows you to start building these 10 pentacles. All right, Capricorn. I mean, I keep saying it could be a Capricorn, but I'm meaning to say Aquarius. I'm meaning to say Aquarius, okay? So don't think that I'm not tapped into your energy. I 100% am. For the most of you guys. All right, let's go to Pisces. All right, Pisces. Let's do here. There we go. Pisces. Okay, so we're doing February energy for Pisces placements. We're going to be taking a look at love, at money, and at overall potential growth as a person. For the month of February, Pisces, come with an open heart and open mind. My intention is to provide you with some clarity, confirmation. All right. Pisces placements, love. This one, love. 3 of Wands. Full circle again. Second all signs that I've done a full circle where the Pisces has the same beginning card as the Aries. So that could be significant, okay? So you got 3 of Wands in your love energy, pulling the card for your money, pulling the card for your growth. We will uncover that in just a second. Something is coming. I can feel it, Pisces. That's you. I can feel it. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. I can feel it. And then I hear Bette Midler from a distance. From a distance, the world looks blue and green. So you might already know who this person is. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you just know who somebody is coming. And it's been a while. And then I get Timberland and Aaliyah. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. And now my nose is itching. Without a dope beat to step 2. Pick yourself up and try again. Try again. There could be a potential for reconciliation. Or it's pick yourself up and try again. You've been single for long enough. Let's put yourself back out there, right? Whatever resonates for you in your energy, Pisces, okay? So it says your plans are starting to take shape. Opportunities are on the horizon, and the work you've done is beginning to show results. Trust the process and remain patient. Your wisdom is expanding, and success is within reach. Let's see love. Love energy for Pisces, please, Spirit. Love energy for Pisces. The Queen of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords. Somebody has been holding themselves back. The Tower. Not for long. The Knight of Wands. Somebody is coming towards you. Oh, is it Somebody's in Trouble? What's that movie from? It's a quote from Ever After, which is the Drew Barrymore rendition of Cinderella. And I think that's coming forward because somebody had an idea of who you were, but you're not actually, you've proven different. There's more depth to you than I guess they initially thought. This Queen of Pentacles, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is for you, Queen or King, they didn't want to. See, here's the thing about this Queen of Pentacles that I'm seeing. So look at the way the Queen of Pentacles is holding her head down, and look at the way that this person in this 8 of Swords is holding her head down. So it's the same sort of thing, almost like, I don't want to see, I don't want to look up. So here's the thing. This Queen of Pentacles is generally like super excited about things. You see this rabbit energy here? Super excited, almost like very quick to invest. But when it's coming to you, it's like, I think I should take things slower. Maybe they're not going to be interested. Pisces. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Four of Wands. So the 3 to the 4 of Wands. The 3 Pisces to the 4 of Wands is significant. There's progress being made between you and this person. And it's about to reach the finish line. The Fool card, new chapter, new beginning. Somebody's wanting to talk to you. The Page of Swords, the Hangman. After a bit of stagnancy. All right, somebody's all up in their head about you, Pisces, and they're wanting to talk to you after a bit of stagnancy. This doesn't have to be somebody from your past. This could be somebody close to home, like somebody that like lives in your neighborhood or something like that. Somebody that frequents a place that you go to. Maybe even somebody that you once lived with. It's like kind of like a lot of people want to come. So it's all over. Like this person wants to talk to you about this. This person wants to talk to you about that. And I said love. I didn't say romantic love. So this could be any sort of loving relationship, a family member, a friend, or a love partner. But in specific, when we're talking about this Queen of Pentacles, generally this person would jump at an opportunity, but this person's been investing in themselves and a little bit stuck in their head, a lot stuck in their head. They've been trying to get their money up. This person could be like a serial business person or entrepreneur. Either way, they want to talk to you again. They want to be able to talk to you again. What are they wanting to talk to Pisces about in the month of February, please, Spirit? The Five of Pentacles. The conversation that you had. Maybe blocking them. The Page of Pentacles. Somebody wants to come forward and talk to you about a conversation that you guys have already had. A resurgence of that. Guys, don't come to me in the comments and say, well, I'm not letting anybody back from the past. This could be anybody. This could be an old friend, an old family member, and this could be a lover. What happened between Pisces and this person the last time that they interacted, please, Spirit? The Queen of Swords wanted to come out. I feel like you said something to this person that kind of like, they weren't expecting you to be so serious. The Queen of Swords is generally somebody that had like a lot of humility or humor. They're very humorous, very smart. And the reason why they're so smart is because they're so humorous. And I feel like you came to this person in a different energy and they just were not expecting it. The Nine of Cups. You said, you know what? I'm going to go and take some time for myself. The Nine of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. I'm going to take some time to myself. I don't think that sat well with this other person. I feel like they've been giving you your time and your space, but for them, they're like, no, I need to talk to Pisces. We need to talk about how things were left. All right. So just know that there's somebody that wants to converse with you in the month of February. Nobody said you had to go back to that person, but just know that energy is there. Okay. Maybe it's just one conversation, but it needed to come up. All right. There are 4 ships in the sea coming towards you, Pisces. So this initial conversation doesn't necessarily have to be your soulmate or your next love partner. There's other people that are coming toward you. That's just the first ship that reaches you. If you notice that they're all at different distances away from your energy. Okay. So the first ship to reach you is that one. Money. Creation. Okay, Magician. For the Pisces, it says creation. You have everything you need to manifest your dreams. Focus your energy and align your intentions to bring ideas to reality. Trust your creativity and skills, knowing they can transform potential into success. This is your moment to take inspired action. Do it, Pisces. Do it. Follow that inspiration. Do not sleep on the ideas, for if you sleep on the ideas, that energy will go to somebody else, and then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to see somebody has invented something you've been thinking about, has published something you've been wanting to write, is singing a song that's been in the back of your head for years, and you're going to be like, oh shucks, I wish I would have. Don't. If the energy is right for your creation to come to fruition in the month of February. The the 9 of Swords. Listen, the like, how am I going to be a success? How am I going to make this successful? That's transforming. Is this even right? Am I even doing this right? The anxiety of the future, that's transforming, and that's transmuting, and that's dying. The 5 of Cups. This is going to go into the past. You're just like, you're going to be so motivated on your creation in the month of February that you feel like the universe has no choice but to reward you. It does seem a little bit cynical in that, the way that I said it, but it's like, like, okay, if I keep going towards my passion will come towards me. Yeah, I'm going to keep investing. I already know I'm headed in the right direction. I've planted seeds. Seeds take a while to grow. You're coming to this realization. Seeds take a while to grow, but I am taking action every single day. I'm going out there. I'm feeding the seeds. I'm watering the seeds. I'm making sure that there's plenty of light, and I'm protecting the seeds from the cold, the wind, the naysayers, the assholes, even my own self-sabotage. Your creation, the things that you're creating are coming to fruition, are coming back to serve you, Pisces, in the month of February. Growth. You got the card of insight. Queen of Swords. Your personal growth is Queen of Swords energy. You are guided by wisdom and sharp perception, capable of cutting through confusion to reveal the truth. Nobody's going to be pulling the wool over Pisces' eyes in the month of February. No. They've seen too much. They know too much. They know how to connect the dots and identify the patterns. Your strength lies in your ability to balance intellect with empathy, making decisions that serve the greater good. You realize that we are all interconnected together, and you're not here for any bullshit, because bullshit begets bullshit. So you're here in the energy of love and self-awareness, and that is what you want to put. That's what you want to instill in yourself, so you can put more of that in the energy of the universe around you, and then you'll start seeing more and more people. You heal yourself, you heal others. The Knight of Pentacles shoots out for you again. The 8 of Wands is coming out. The Magician is coming out for you again. And then the 2 of Swords. I'm going to need clarification on this 2 of Swords, but I feel like, just right off the rip, I feel like you were kind of like unsure how you're going to put your energy out in the universe, but you're not unsure anymore, because you're listening to the nudges, you're listening to the whispers of your future and your higher self saying, hey, you want to know how to succeed? Listen, now is the time for you to take action on that. You were unsure before. How do they transmute, or how can they transmute this 2 of Swords energy here? The 8 of Swords. See things in a different, like, there's more than one way to solve a problem, more than one way to skin a cat, more than one way to pluck a chicken. Keep going. Keep going. Maybe you might have to make a little tweaks here and there. Maybe the tweak is how much energy you're investing into something. Maybe it's a little less. Maybe it's a little more. Maybe it's, either way, it needs to be consistent. That's what you're learning in the month of February. That you got great insight. Your creations are coming to fruition, and there are multiple people coming towards you in the energy of love. All right? Pisces, I hope that helped. Thank you so much for joining me. Consider liking and subscribing, turning on that bell notification button. Talk to me in the comments, guys. I love everyone. See you soon. Bye.